A busy Friday night slate, 4 college football games, all 30 Major League Baseball teams in action. I'm going to talk about how bettors seem to be banking on a 13-1 ATS trend continuing in college football, a line move I'm not buying in MLB, a huge favorite you should look to fade, an 0-4 ATS team you may want to bet on, a complete rundown of the MLB playoff race, and a free play as well. It's the Power 5 on WagerTalk TV, everybody. I'm Bryan Power. Let's get it going now for how the market is moving. As always, we look at the WagerTalk.com live odds screen. I have found 2 interesting moves for tonight in college football. Oregon State, who is 13-1 straight up in ATS over its last 14 home games, is out to a 4.5-point favorite against Utah, who may or may not have Cam Rising back at quarterback. Clearly, bettors don't think he's going to return. Otherwise, we wouldn't have seen this number move the way it did. Also, we've had a change in favorite as Cincinnati travels to Provo to take on BYU. Bearcats open plus 2.5. Now -1 for that 10:15 Eastern kickoff. It'll be a late one there. Not sure if I understand that line move so much. I'm not a huge fan of BYU, but I'm not a huge fan of Cincinnati either. Remember a couple weeks ago, we faded them as 2 touchdown favorites against Miami of Ohio. They lose outright in that one, too, so probably a stay away late night for me. Major League Baseball got 1 line move to report. Bettors clearly expecting a hangover from the home team at Camden Yards Friday as the Orioles clinched the AL East last night. The O's have been bet down from -140 to -110 against the Red Sox for Friday. Not sure I agree with that, though. The hangover angle has not been doing great this week, and the Red Sox simply haven't been scoring of late, so I'm not sure I can endorse that particular line move. But one team I think you can sell on, at least sell high on tonight in Major League Baseball, is the biggest favorite on the board, the Atlanta Braves. The Braves, they've already sewn up home field advantage through the World Series and have nothing left to play for this weekend. So being -300 on the money line seems a bit rich for my blood. They're facing the Nationals, okay, who were off yesterday while the Braves were finishing their 3-game sweep of the Cubs. I wouldn't take the Nats on the money line, but you can play them at plus money and get the 1.5 on the run line, and I would sprinkle a little pizza money on that. Once again, Nats plus 1.5, plus money. I think it's worth a shot. Let's move back to college football for buy low. It is the ultimate buy low spot tonight on NC State. They're getting 3.5 at home against unbeaten Louisville. Really, you could qualify this as a sell high, buy low spot with the respective teams. Wolfpack, though, 0-4 ATS this season, but they have won 14 of 16 in Raleigh. A real hold your nose and take the point spot for certain, but it's interesting. This number has not moved at all, despite an overwhelming majority of the bets coming in on the short road favorite. Let me know what you think of that one. Let me know what your favorite bets are for Friday, who you're selling high on, who you're buying low on. Remember, sell high means who you're fading. Buy low means who you're betting on. And if you like what you're hearing here on the show, be sure to smash that like button. I do have a free play coming, by the way. I'm now on a 16-7 run with the power play of the day after last night's winner with Toronto laying that half run in the first 5 innings. They went on to dominate the Yankees, but we just needed them up after 5. They were up 2-0, so that was great. It was a 3-1 overall Thursday for us, oh, by the way. Stat of the day, let's catch you up on magic numbers in the playoff races in Major League Baseball. Over in the National League, all the divisions are clinched, and the Phillies will be the top wild card. That leaves 2 more wild card spots left with the Diamondbacks, Marlins, Cubs, Reds, and Padres all still alive. The D-backs can clinch one of those spots with a win tonight against Houston or a Cubs loss in Milwaukee. Miami, they may now have to wind up playing Monday after last night's game in New York was suspended due to rain in the 9th inning. Tough break for the Marlins there. Over in the American League, the Rangers can clinch the AL West with a win in Seattle and an Astros loss in Arizona. A win in Seattle would guarantee the Rangers at least a playoff berth. Of course, 2 wild card spots still available in the American League as well. Assuming the Rangers do eventually end up winning the West, those 2 wild card spots will go to the Astros, Blue Jays, or Mariners. The Blue Jays would get one of those spots if they win and the Mariners lose tonight. One last thing before we get to the power play of the day. Again, the hours are ticking till Sunday. I'm the $2 handicapper this week at WagerTalk, and that means you can get my very first 5% NFL play of the season for only $2. Yes, $2. Through the first 3 weeks of the season, I hit 67%, 10-5 overall. That includes a 6-1 record with sides. 5 of those 6 sides were underdogs that won outright. My first 5% play, obviously the strongest side I've had to date. And again, it is only $2. Just head on over right now to WagerTalk.com and pick it up before the line moves. Let's now wrap things up with the free pick, our power play of the day. Just go with the Padres tonight as they're in Chicago to face the White Sox. Padres had Thursday off. The White Sox did not. Padres seemingly won't give up. They've won 11 of 13 and can still at least finish with a winning record. Playoffs, that seems like a reach. They need everybody to collapse in front of them. The White Sox, a bottom 5 team in all of baseball. They did win yesterday, but they did so with only 3 hits. I think the Padres, who are much better than their record, continue winning in Friday's series opener. Take them, currently priced around minus 140. And that does it for the Power 5 for Friday, September 29th. I'll be back with a weekend edition of the Power 5 covering both college football and the NFL. Check me out on Twitter at Bryan Power _wins. Now let's all go cash some tickets.